You know, there's the hard way is the only way, really. So we just got to put in the work.
I know you have guys. I know you have guys that are ready to take on expanded roles, but was there a transitional period when you lose a guy like Deshaun, who was kind of the face of the program, or lose a guy that was such the heart and soul and emotional leader like Boulware? Was there at least a transitional period this offseason?
Kind of, sort of. You gotta find those guys who will fulfill that role, and you know, we're trying to find our leaders. You know, guys who are in a position to be leaders, but doesn't mean they all necessarily want to do it, or you know, guys who have a lot of experience but might not be as vocal or as emotional of a guy like Ben or something like that. But so there's slight transition, but you know, we got guys who can do it. You know, just it might take more guys now. It might just be one guy. Who knows? It's just going to be a little bit different. But I mean, you know, I feel like we can still definitely achieve a lot as a team this year.
Was there a noticeable difference that you felt, at least for the first few weeks, not having kind of a couple of guys like that around?
I mean, it's different. Just because you know you don't hear Ben in your ear, like, you know, or you just not seeing those guys around. It's just different. You know, even a guy who doesn't speak, they're not as much of a vocal leader. It's just different not seeing that guy around. You know, it's a completely new team. Like that first meeting when you're in there, you're looking around, you're like, where's everybody, kind of thing. They're just like, oh man, like it's kind of that. That's the kind of the deal. But you know, you got to move on from it and just, you know, get prepared for what's next.
Which NCAA rule do you view as the most petty?
NCAA rule that I view the most petty. Well, there's a lot of ones. Maybe a lot to do with the parents. Just stuff about the parents. Like, I think it's ridiculous how, you know, parents' experience is cheapened. You know, because when you get recruited, you can get everything. Parents are allowed to do like kind of thing, and there's not as much. I don't think there should be extreme benefits for parents, but like the little nuances, like where a parent can't do this or can't do that, or like doesn't have as much access maybe to their kid, you know, who they're sending away to college. I think parents should have more access to their kid, and their game day experience should be a lot better.
Christian, I saw a report that said that you might graduate in December. Is that accurate?
I'm going to graduate in December. That's my plan.
You will graduate in December?
Are you doing that to go ahead and get ready for the NFL?
Personally, the way I looked at it is, I mean, I wanted to get my degree in 2.5 years coming in, because first of all, the education is paid for, it's free. So I just want to set myself up with a lot of options. I did this before I even knew how good I was going to be, if I was going to be potentially ready for the NFL or whatever. I just prepare myself for whatever comes next. You know, and after I get this degree, if I decide to stay, I have plans to get my master's to work on that. You know, so it's not just a plan just to, you know, take the next step and go out to the NFL. It's just to prepare myself and have a lot of opportunities. That way, if I do decide that I'll have a degree.
So it's something you'll sit down and think about probably at the end of the year or whatever?
Yeah, I'm not focused on that right now. I'm just focusing really on the season, because that's not even a thought if I don't do what I have to do during the season.
Do you see any of these way too early mock drafts? So I've seen at least a couple of them that have had the 3 quarterbacks going and then you going 4th or 5th. I mean, do you even see any of that? Have fun with it? Take motivation from it?
I mean, I really could care less about that, because, you know, who are these people making these things, talking about it? I mean, who are they really? They're no GM. They're no one on the NFL, nothing to do with the NFL team or anything like that. So I really don't pay attention to that. Just focus on myself, focus on being the best I can be for my team.
Are there any young guys that you think might be the next Slash?
Oh man, shoot, I don't know, but I know there's a lot of young guys on the team who are gonna, you know, who have the ability to be really good players and just to do a lot of things for us and really help contribute to the team.
Coach Wynn was saying he's kind of tired of talking about the guys that have left, and there's plenty of talent to kind of come in and replace those guys. Is that maybe the mindset that you all feel, is that you have the talent that you need to?
I mean, yeah, it's very true. You know, we have a lot of guys on both sides of the ball. Everyone makes a big deal about this person leaving or that person leaving, but we recruit for a reason, and you got to bring in good guys. You know those guys are eventually going to leave. But what we do a good job of is developing our players. We bring guys in, no matter how good they are coming out of high school, we develop them. If they're ready to play tomorrow, we still got to develop them. If they're not, then we really got to hone in on them, you know, get them ready and develop them. So it doesn't really matter about, you know, who we lost. We're just focusing on who we got now. You can't change anything about who left and who we have now. You just got to, you know, do the best with what you have.
Christian, what's the best piece of advice you've ever got from a coach?
From a coach, really just never get complacent, and that's And that's a big thing for this season, you know, obviously after winning a national championship. But just really, like if you want to be a great player, you want to be a great athlete, you can just never get complacent. Never learn how to deal with, learn how to be a winner, and allow losses to, you know, propel you and motivate you.
And if you were writing a letter to your freshman self, what would you tell yourself?
Just really just, you know, just compete, have fun, and you know, you're gonna be okay. I know I was a little, like, even though it may not have seemed that way, you know, because I came in early to contribute, you know, there's a lot of questions about me, there's a lot of pressures. I knew I had to compete. I knew that, you know, there might have been slight, you know, like, oh man, am I going to be good enough to play at the college level kind of thing, or just even go to the South, like how the politics work, everything like that. You know, being a guy from a small school up north, you know, it's different coming to the South. So really just, what I would just say is just, you know, just, you're going to be fine. Just, you know, keep your head down, grind and work.
Favorite post-game meal?
Favorite post-game meal? Ooh. Just whatever's cooked. I just gotta, just whatever I get my hands on right away. If it's cooked, I'm eating it. But post game, if my mom's around, if she's home, if she comes down to Clemson to visit, just whatever she's making is cool too. Chicken or something, some nice soul food, something like that.
The SEC won, I think it was 7 straight titles. Then the ACC has won 2 of the last 4. So between the leagues, I think it's 10 of the last 11 between the ACC and the SEC. What does that say about, I mean, kind of what are your thoughts as a player being in, you know, you're playing against that league, you're winning titles in this league. I mean, kind of when you look at it as a college football player, is it a natural comparison between the two?
Yeah, really just says that, like, you know, those are the 2 best leagues right now in college football. I personally think the ACC is the best if you look at it from top to bottom. You know, we had a lot of teams playing bowl games, a lot of teams bowl eligible last year. You know, other leagues have a lot of top-heavy teams that are good and can compete every year and are contenders for championships. But if you look from top to bottom, you know, our middle-tier guys, you know, have more wins than other leagues' middle-tier guys. Our bottom-tier teams have more wins than other leagues' bottom-tier teams. So I just really think from top to bottom that, you know, ACC is the best league in college football. But obviously there are comparisons with the SEC. Just a lot of talent there, a lot of good teams, and, you know, teams who are, you know, who can contend every year.
Is there similarities, do you think, between the leagues? I mean, is it more than just, I mean, geography, obviously,
yeah,
but
definitely.
I mean, more
just
than
the
that.
type of players you get, type of recruit, you know, just big, fast, strong guys. You really recruit, you know, you compete with a lot of, ACC and SEC, I feel like competes for a lot of the same recruits. So just a lot of who you get, you know, there's a lot of similarities in style of play and all that as well.
You talk about your relationship with Dexter. Let's say it's next year, the following year, and you're gone. Who's that guy that's under his wing? I mean, who's that guy that he's kind of, you know, helping guide and lead in your opinion?
Really, whoever else will come in. You know, I hope that I did a good enough job setting the stage for him and being the example for him.
But nobody on
the pay it forward.
No one on the team now. If you had to kind of target somebody on the team now underneath Lawrence, who Christian's gone, who's that guy that he's kind of guiding, you think?
Now, maybe like a Jordan Williams, because he's the new guy here, or even a Niles who's in the same grade as him, or who came in with him, but Dexter has a lot more experience than Niles and can be, you know, who they're a little closer, and they could, you know, he could speak into him more. He's one of his good friends as well, so he could definitely talk to him and be that kind of lead for him.
You've had kind of a unique experience in terms of your weight shifting positions. How difficult was that to manage from, you know, a training and nutrition standpoint?
Well, really, first of all, you know, shout out to Paul and our nutrition staff. They do a good job, you know, of putting us in good positions and being accessible, and, you know, allowing us, you know, to getting on us and allowing us to come to them if we have any issues, and we feel like they're coming up with a plan for us. You know, we go to them and we say we want to lose this much, that we want to lose fat, gain muscle, that, you know, they'll come up with a plan that will help us do that. They do a good job there, and also it's just a lot of self-discipline too. You got to be mature and know what you ultimately want to achieve, and you can't be selfish. You know, you got to sacrifice for yourself and your teammates. You know, if I'm not a good playing weight, then I'm not going to be as effective. It's just that plain and simple. So I can't be selfish. I know what I want for this team, and I know what I want for myself. So I got to sacrifice.
What do you think is your